Succession planning is a critical yet often underappreciated facet of business management. It is the process by which organizations ensure the continuity of leadership and key roles, safeguarding the company's future in the face of inevitable change. Whether due to retirement, resignation, promotion, or unforeseen circumstances, the departure of crucial personnel can create significant disruptions, if not anticipated and managed proactively. Through effective succession planning, businesses not only prepare for these changes, but also foster internal growth, retain valuable knowledge, and maintain stability in an ever-evolving marketplace. At the heart of succession planning lies the recognition that people are the most valuable assets of any organization. The collective expertise, leadership acumen, and institutional memory embedded within a company's workforce drive its performance and competitive advantage. When a key leader or specialist leaves without a ready successor, the resulting vacuum can lead to strategic drift, operational inefficiencies, and even loss of stakeholder confidence. Conversely, organizations that cultivate a robust pipeline of talent are better equipped to navigate transitions smoothly, seizing opportunities for renewal and innovation rather than being hamstrung by uncertainty. The importance of succession planning extends beyond merely filling vacancies. It is a strategic exercise that aligns talent development with the long-term vision and goals of the organization. By identifying potential future leaders early and providing them with the necessary training, mentorship, and experiences, companies can ensure that their leadership remains agile, adaptive, and aligned with evolving business needs. This forward-thinking approach reduces reliance on external hires, who may take longer to acclimate and may lack the nuanced understanding of the company's culture and operations. Moreover, succession planning sends a powerful message to employees at all levels. It demonstrates that the organization values internal mobility and is committed to investing in the professional growth of its people. This in turn boosts morale, increases engagement, and enhances retention, as employees are more likely to stay with an employer who offers clear pathways for advancement. A culture of development and opportunity can become a magnet for top talent, further strengthening the organization's human capital. Effective succession planning also plays a pivotal role in risk management. Leadership transitions, especially those that occur unexpectedly, can expose organizations to a range of risks, from operational disruptions to reputational damage. By systematically preparing for such eventualities, companies can mitigate these risks, ensuring that critical functions continue seamlessly and that stakeholders, be they investors, customers, or employees, retain confidence in the organization's stability and direction. In regulated industries where compliance and continuity are paramount, succession planning can also help fulfill governance requirements and avoid regulatory penalties. The process of succession planning is multifaceted and requires thoughtful execution. It begins with a thorough assessment of the organization's current and future needs. This involves mapping out key roles, both leadership and technical, and identifying the competencies required to excel in these positions. By understanding which roles are mission critical and where potential vulnerabilities lie, organizations can prioritize their succession efforts accordingly. Next, organizations must identify high-potential individuals within their ranks. This is not merely a matter of selecting those with the longest tenure or the most impressive credentials. It requires a nuanced evaluation of skills, leadership qualities, cultural fit, and capacity for growth. Objective assessments, 360-degree feedback, and performance metrics can all inform this process, helping to surface talent that might otherwise go unrecognized. Once potential successors have been identified, a deliberate program of development should be put in place. This may include formal training, stretch assignments, job rotations, mentoring relationships, and exposure to different facets of the business. The goal is to equip emerging leaders with the breadth of experience and depth of insight needed to assume greater responsibilities when the time comes. Importantly, this development should be ongoing, adapting to changes in the business environment and the evolving skill sets required for success. Communication is another essential component of effective succession planning. Transparency about the process helps manage expectations and reduces anxiety among employees. While not every detail needs to be disclosed, sharing the organization's commitment to talent development and internal mobility fosters trust and buy-in. At the same time, discretion is important to avoid creating unhealthy competition or undermining current leaders. Succession planning also requires the active involvement of senior leadership and the board of directors. Their commitment sets the tone for the entire organization and ensures that succession is integrated into broader strategic planning efforts. Regular reviews of the succession pipeline, progress against development plans, and emerging talent gaps should be part of the executive agenda. This oversight helps keep succession planning dynamic and responsive to changing circumstances, In family-owned businesses, succession planning takes on added complexity. Here, the transfer of leadership is often intertwined with issues of ownership, legacy, and family dynamics. Without careful planning, these transitions can become fraught, leading to conflict, loss of value, or even the dissolution of the enterprise. By approaching succession as a structured, transparent process, one that balances family interests with the needs of the business, family firms can preserve both their heritage and their commercial viability. The benefits of succession planning are evident across organizations of all sizes and sectors. In large corporations, where the scale and complexity of operations demand a deep bench of capable leaders, succession planning underpins organizational resilience. In small and medium-sized enterprises, where resources may be more limited and the loss of a single individual can have outsized effects, proactive succession planning can spell the difference between survival and failure. Even in startups and entrepreneurial ventures, thinking ahead about leadership continuity can help attract investors and position the business for sustainable growth. Despite its clear advantages, many organizations struggle to implement effective succession planning. Common barriers include a short-term focus, reluctance to discuss uncomfortable topics like retirement or mortality, and a lack of formal processes. In some cases, leaders may be hesitant to develop potential successors for fear of being replaced or losing influence. Overcoming these obstacles requires a shift in mindset, from viewing succession as a threat to embracing it as an opportunity for renewal and growth. Technology can play a supportive role in modern succession planning. Talent management systems, data analytics, and artificial intelligence tools can help organizations track competencies, map career paths, and identify high-potential employees with greater precision. These tools enable more objective decision-making and facilitate the monitoring of development progress over time. However, technology should augment, not replace, the human judgment and relational aspects that are central to effective succession planning. Diversity and inclusion are also critical considerations in succession planning. Organizations that intentionally cultivate diverse leadership pipelines are better positioned to reflect their customer base, drive innovation, and respond to complex challenges. By removing biases from selection processes and providing equitable development opportunities, companies can unlock the full potential of their workforce and create a more resilient, adaptive organization. The external environment further underscores the importance of succession planning. In today's volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous VUCA world, the pace of change is accelerating. Disruptive technologies, shifting market dynamics, and geopolitical uncertainties mean that organizations must be prepared for rapid shifts in leadership and strategy. Succession planning equips companies to adapt quickly, maintaining continuity while also enabling transformation when needed. Beyond the immediate organization, effective succession planning has broader societal implications. Companies that manage leadership transitions well contribute to economic stability, community well-being, and the development of future leaders who may go on to make significant contributions in other spheres. In this way, succession planning is not just a business imperative, but a cornerstone of responsible corporate citizenship. To realize the full benefits of succession planning, organizations should embed it into their culture and operations. This means making succession a continuous organization-wide endeavor, rather than a one-off event triggered by impending departures. Regular talent reviews, leadership development programs, and open discussions about career aspirations should become standard practice. By normalizing conversations about succession, companies can break down taboos and foster a culture of transparency and preparedness. Measurement and accountability are key to sustaining momentum. Organizations should establish clear metrics for succession planning, such as the percentage of key roles with identified successors, the readiness level of potential candidates, and the diversity of the talent pipeline, and track progress over time. Leaders should be held accountable for developing their teams and contributing to the organization's succession goals. Recognition and rewards for effective talent development can reinforce desired behaviors and signal the organization's commitment to succession. It is also important to recognize that succession planning is not a guarantee against all disruption. Unforeseen events, such as sudden illness or external crises, can still test an organization's resilience. However, companies that have invested in succession planning are far better positioned to respond effectively, drawing on a pool of prepared leaders and established contingency plans. In this sense, succession planning is an essential component of organizational risk management and crisis preparedness. Case studies abound of organizations that have reaped the rewards of robust succession planning. Global corporations like Procter & Gamble and IBA are renowned for their systematic approach to leadership development and succession, enabling them to weather leadership transitions with minimal disruption. Conversely, high-profile failures, such as the leadership crises at some major financial institutions during the 2008 financial crisis, underscore the costs of neglecting succession planning. For entrepreneurs and founders, succession planning can be particularly challenging but no less important. The passion and vision of a founder are often central to a company's identity and success, but over-reliance on a single individual creates vulnerability. By deliberately cultivating new leaders and planning for eventual transitions, founders can ensure that their legacy endures and that the organization continues to thrive beyond their tenure. In the nonprofit sector, succession planning is equally vital. Charitable organizations, advocacy groups, and social enterprises often depend on the vision and energy of a small group of leaders. Ensuring leadership continuity is essential for sustaining impact, maintaining donor confidence, and preserving the organization's mission. Nonprofits that invest in succession planning are better able to adapt to changing circumstances and serve their communities over the long term. Government agencies and public institutions, too, benefit from succession planning. The complexities of public administration, the need for institutional memory, and the demands of public accountability make leadership continuity a matter of public interest. By developing future leaders from within, public organizations can enhance their capacity to deliver services, implement policy, and respond to the needs of citizens. Succession planning also intersects with broader trends in workforce management, such as the rise of remote work, the gig economy, and the increasing importance of digital skills. As the nature of work evolves, so too must succession strategies. Organizations need to consider how to develop and retain talent in a more flexible, decentralized environment, and how to ensure that leadership pipelines remain robust in the face of shifting workforce dynamics. Ultimately, the importance of succession planning in business management cannot be overstated. It is a foundational practice that underpins organizational stability, growth, and adaptability. By anticipating change, investing in people, and aligning talent development with strategic objectives, companies can ensure that they are prepared for whatever the future holds. Succession planning is not just about replacing leaders. It is about building a resilient organization capable of thriving amidst uncertainty. To embed succession planning into the fabric of the organization, leaders must champion it as a strategic priority. This requires ongoing commitment, resources, and a willingness to confront difficult questions about the future. It also demands collaboration across departments, with human resources, line managers, and executives working together to identify and develop talent. Involving a broad cross-section of the organization helps ensure that succession planning reflects diverse perspectives and addresses the full range of leadership needs. Mentorship and coaching are invaluable tools in succession planning. By pairing emerging leaders with experienced mentors, organizations facilitate the transfer of knowledge, skills, and values. These relationships provide guidance, support, and real-world insights that accelerate development and build confidence. Mentoring also strengthens organizational culture, fostering connections across generations and reinforcing shared purpose. Job rotation and cross-functional assignments further enrich the development of future leaders. By exposing high-potential employees to different roles, functions, and geographies, organizations broaden their skill sets and perspectives. This not only prepares them for more complex responsibilities, but also promotes innovation and collaboration. Cross-functional experiences help break down silos and encourage holistic thinking, qualities that are essential for effective leadership. Feedback and reflection are critical to the succession planning process. Regular performance reviews, developmental assessments, and candid conversations about strengths and areas for growth help individuals understand their readiness for advancement and chart a course for improvement. Constructive feedback, delivered in a supportive manner, empowers employees to take ownership of their development and pursue opportunities for learning and growth. Succession planning should also be flexible and adaptable. Business environments are dynamic, and the skills required for leadership can change rapidly. Organizations must regularly revisit their succession plans, updating them to reflect new realities and emerging priorities. Agility in succession planning ensures that the organization remains prepared for both anticipated and unexpected transitions. Leadership development is not limited to the upper echelons of the organization. Succession planning should encompass a wide range of roles, including technical specialists, middle managers, and frontline supervisors. By developing talent at all levels, organizations create a deep reservoir of capability and resilience. This distributed approach to succession planning also supports employee engagement and fosters a culture of continuous improvement. Organizations should also consider the emotional and psychological aspects of succession planning. Leadership transitions can be fraught with anxiety, uncertainty, and even grief, particularly when long-serving leaders step down. Supporting employees through these transitions, with clear communication, counseling, and opportunities for input, can ease the process and maintain morale. Celebrating the contributions of outgoing leaders and honoring their legacy can also help smooth the path for successors. In conclusion, succession planning is a vital discipline that enables organizations to navigate change with confidence and agility. It is a testament to the foresight and stewardship of leaders who recognize that the future of the organization depends on the strength and readiness of its people. By embedding succession planning into their culture, processes, and strategy, businesses of all kinds can ensure continuity, foster growth, and build a legacy of enduring success. The journey of succession planning is ongoing, requiring vigilance, adaptability, and a deep commitment to the development of human potential. In a world marked by constant change, organizations that master the art of succession will not only survive, they will thrive.